So you've finished an art piece and now you are ready to photograph it to submit it digitally. The first thing you need to do, obviously, is lay it out. Now you'll notice from where I'm sitting with my desk, I can see, I might have to zoom out a little bit, I can see my entire sketchbook, but there are a lot of things about this picture. For example, all of my chairs and tables in the background, my actual table that the piece is on, and then this right here, the fact that because I am sitting, the angle of my sketchbook is going back on a diagonal. So everything is distorted and skewed, and I'm not accurately seeing what the drawing is. And this can very negatively impact your grade, especially if we're doing like precise precision drawing or perspective. I need to be able to see your sketchbook from a direct line. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is going to be to stand up, okay? And now I want to look and make sure that all four of the sides of my sketchbook are parallel with the sides of my camera. So from right here, you know, if I tilt like that, that's very obviously not straight, that's crooked. My top and my bottom are parallel, but if you look at that angle of the side of my sketchbook, it's still going back on a diagonal. So I need to really lean forward and move my phone over my sketchbook so that I can get an image like this. Now, you might be more comfortable rotating your phone or rotating your sketchbook so that you can take the picture like this. And I really want to pay attention to how the pages line up with those corners. So I might have to do a little bit of finagling here. And I'm always going to take more than one photograph, because that is going to allow me to select which photograph is the best. But you'll also notice that there's still going to be things like my table in the background, and those things need to get edited out. Now I'm going to turn to a white sheet of paper for just a second, and I'm going to just take the one photo, because I want y'all to realize one thing that does happen, and you're definitely going to see it like right about there, is when I'm standing over something, because most of us at our house, our lights are up in the ceiling. If I'm standing up with my phone, and you can see it right here, with my phone over my sketchbook, I'm very likely going to cast a shadow onto my image, which can negatively impact your grade, because it can make your colors go off, or it can make it look like you shaded something dark that wasn't supposed to be, and can create all types of distractions. So taking the most professional photograph possible, you probably want to change the angle of your sketchbook to make sure that you do not get those shadows. So one thing you can do is you can find a chair with a back, or a shelf, or anything really, just something that you can prop your sketchbook up on like this. Now this is a terrible angle from where I'm standing currently. So since I have it down low, now I'm actually, you know, kind of sitting on the floor like this. But because my camera is in front of my sketchbook, instead of standing over my sketchbook like this, I'm much less likely to cast a shadow, okay? Now you can see I might be getting backlighting from that window that's back there, or side lighting, but I'll just show y'all what that can kind of look like. And that can help you reduce shadows. Now, I just talked about backlighting and lighting quality. Right now I'm in the art room, so you can see I have these very, you know, industrial office fluorescent lights. Some of you at home are probably using, you know, just a regular light fixture that's in your bedroom that might be tungsten or LED or halogen. There's all different types of light, and that can also affect the color of your sketchbook and the quality of how good the photograph looks. So if you want the best lighting is always the sun. So as long as it's not raining outside, you can take your sketchbook outside, because you're always going to get great lighting here. Now you do need to find a place in the shade, which the sun has moved since I came out here to check. If you come outside and the sun is very, very, very bright, then you are going to leave a very strong shadow on your paper. So if you can move around to the side of your house that's in the shade, or if you've got somewhere like a garage that you can take your picture, a sidewalk, a driveway. I happen to have these tables out here. So you'll notice though, this table's see-through, so y'all can definitely see my feet. So that is definitely going to be something that I'm going to have to crop out. But I'm basically guaranteed out here to not cast a shadow. Just really checking my lines to make sure I'm parallel. If you don't have a table and you don't want to use your driveway or sidewalk, another great option is to put it up against a window. Hi guys. But you can see this reflection in the window can be somewhat distracting. I've got to lower my camera down so that I can get all 4 of my lines parallel. But that is another option for taking the pictures, okay? Notice on all of these, I took multiple pictures so that when I go to my camera roll, I can swipe through all of them. See, look how inside my paper looked very yellow and outside my paper looks bright white. This is the difference between lighting. Interior lighting tends to make your paper look dingy and dark, but outside your paper is going to look very, very bright, okay? So just something to think about. But I take all of these pictures so that I can hopefully find the one that is the best, and that's going to be the one that I choose to edit. Okay, so I'm going to go back inside to edit since there's people working and I don't want them to be in the background of my video. So I've got my picture. Let's just say that this is the one I liked the best and I'm ready to edit it. I'm just using basic editing software on my phone. I like to use Adjust, okay? In Adjust, if my hands did shake a little bit and I need to, move the picture slightly, I can do that. And then I can bring all of my edges in so that I get rid of any distraction that is not my sketchbook. And I want to try to stay as true to the edge of my sketchbook as possible and crop out as little of my sketchbook as I can. Okay, and then I can click done. Now, there's still one huge problem with this image, and it could be that I took it sideways, or a lot of times my phone will auto rotate, but this sketchbook is not intended to be a vertical design. So I need to take the time in my editing software to rotate it so that the view is the view that you intended to be looking at. Okay, or viewed from, all right? And that is going to be something like this. This image shows me the full sketchbook spread. It shows me that you cropped out your background. It shows me that you took the time to not have a cast shadow and you took the time to rotate. If I zoom in, my hands weren't wobbly, so all of my lines and shapes are still clean and in focus. And my white looks white. It doesn't look yellow or dingy. And I don't have any cast shadows. I'm going to go to my just regular camera roll just so I can show you some examples of some poor quality images that students have turned in the past. Number 1, I don't care about the background. I don't care about the table, but I do care that your sketchbook is skewed. Okay? This is better, but I don't want to see my legs or your legs. That's great. This is not, okay? Can't tell you how many kids update or upload their sketchbook photos upside down and sideways, okay? I took this photo earlier to show you guys a good example of how a cast shadow can ruin your picture. You can see down in that left corner, I think that's the top of my head looking over. And then over here, you're gonna see my whole arm. And then right about there is my phone. And this can really, really, really ruin your photograph and negatively impact your grade. Okay. Other times I'll have kids, they want to hide that they didn't complete their whole sketchbook. So they'll zoom in on just the one part they want me to look at and not show me the full spread. Okay. Make sure that I can see edge to edge the whole image. And if you do all of that, and your sketchbook image looks something like this, and that is what you upload, then you will be getting a very nice grade. Good luck, guys.